We have urgent and specific messages sent from your spirit guides you need to hear right now. Hey dreamy dreamers, welcome back to the Crazy Dreamer Network. My name is AJ and let's hop right into today's reading. So today is a pick a card from your spirit guides, urgent and specific messages you need to hear right now. We have 3 piles, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Pile number 1, we have this magnesite mushroom with the Queen of Clubs. Pile number 2, we have this rhodanite mushroom with the 3 of Spades. In pile number 3s, we have this sodalite mushroom with the 5 of Diamonds. I'll give you all some time to meditate on your pile selection. All right, my dreamy dreamers, so we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I love you all so very much, and I will see you in your reading. Bye. Hey, pile number 1s, welcome back to your reading. So let's hop right into these urgent and specific messages from your spirit guides that you need to hear right away, okay? So you all chose this really beautiful magnesite mushroom, okay? And magnesite is a powerful stone that aids the crown and the third eye chakra to encourage creativity and deeper meditation. So y'all, I am actually filming this in the midst of this total solar eclipse happening in Aries. Like, I'm filming it as we speak. And I feel like this has a lot to do with what your spirit guides want to tell you right now and want you to know. And I have a feeling it has a lot to do with you getting in touch with your emotions, right? You could feel very deeply right now, especially because when a solar eclipse happens, inevitably it's the moon interjecting the sun and the earth, right? So there's a total blackout because we're experiencing a total solar eclipse. So when the moon is shadowing the sun, I feel like it's a time for deep introspection, that deep meditation that we had, and that we have there prefaced in the magnesite energy, and a deep third eye awakening moment, right? Now, we have the Queen of Clubs here as well, and it's this beautiful swan, and it's interesting because we typically see white swans, but this is a swan that is brown and black, and it's, you know, it's on both sides. So I do want to read a little bit from the Conjure Cards guidebook about this Queen of Clubs energy. Now, you can be feeling very tapped into your emotional center right now, but let's see what this guidebook has to say about the Queen of Clubs. So this is a geese. Okay, so this is a geese. It's not even a swan. It says a dark-featured woman. She is likely a mother or a nurse. She is helpful and gives good advice when needed. It'd be best to listen to her. Much like a goose, she's gotten around and she's seen some things. So it's interesting because the Queen of Clubs you would think would be like the Queen of Wands, but she's gotten around and she's seen some things. I'm getting Queen of Swords energy. So maybe you might have like a woman, I'll just say a person in your life, right, who is maybe like a divine feminine or a matriarchal or an empress energy in your life, who is like someone you could bounce ideas off of or talk to right now. Maybe you should find some time to communicate with them because they could have a deep, profound message for you. This could even remind you of yourself, pile number 1s. And I feel like maybe you should start to give yourself more reverence and herald yourself for the mystic and the divine feminine that you are, right? No matter if you're masculine or feminine, right? We each have the divine feminine and the divine masculine counterpart energies within us. So maybe this is speaking about deep reflection and introspection and reverence for yourself and for your mystical side and for your mysticism, right? And your wisdom. Okay, so again, two storylines. This could be you or this could be a person outside of you. But I feel like give reverence to the divine feminine right now, because that is one of the important urgent messages that is being brought up here from your spirit guides. Okay, maybe even ancestor veneration, right? So maybe you might have an ancestor, a grandmother, an aunt, someone who is close to you. Maybe if they're on earth or if they have ascended already, give them reverence, thank them, be grateful for them, show gratitude to the divine feminines in your life. Okay, so that's what I'm getting here with this card and this crystal. But let's pull some more energy here. So we're going to start off with the Heavenly Bodies astrology deck, since we are in the midst of this astronomical and astrological event. Okay. Okay, so I did cleanse and bless this deck offline, but I will give it a quick shuffle. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck, for giving our pile number ones clear, concise, accurate messages. Give us clear, concise, accurate insight into these urgent and specific messages that pile number one spirit guides want them to know right now. What are these urgent and specific messages that our pile number one spirit guides want them to know right now? Clear, concise, accurate messages. Okay, so let's see this first card. We have Trine with angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. You all are in the midst of total alignment. It's almost like art imitating life, so to speak, right? So like how the sun, the moon, and the earth are all in alignment right now, thus which creates the total eclipse. You are all in alignment right now, and your angels are very near and very dear if you even once questioned it. Okay, some of you all might be water signs also with the grand trine energy. Okay, some of you all's big three placements, big astrological, top three astrological placements, which means sun, moon, and rising, could all be water. I feel like if that's the case, this message that's like a double confirmation about this reading. That's going to be super accurate for you. Tell us more, Spirit. What other urgent and specific messages does our pile number one spirit guides want them to hear right now? What other urgent and specific messages does our pile number one's spirit guides want them to hear right now? Clear, concise, accurate messages. Wow. Okay, so we have fourth house. Okay, we have, well, house 4, right? And the fourth house is ruled by Cancer, and it says cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. And look, it's interesting because we have angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. Peace and harmony are kind of like one and the same, right? So I feel like you could be having a very like beautiful, profound, peaceful experience maybe in your home life right now, or just like in the midst of like a chaotic world, right? Maybe you feel very like grateful and just in perfect flow and in perfect synchronization to everything that you're building or everything that's kind of going on around you. And it's interesting because we have this nest with 2 eggs. So you could be thinking about nesting, like this nesting energy. And I feel like Spirit is going to help you create that within yourself. Cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. And I feel like you could be very comfortable in your skin right now, like in who you are and within your family dynamics and within what it is you're trying to build or what it is that you're working to build during this time, pile number ones. And I feel like your spirit guides want you to know that you are safe and protected. And how you're going to feel that is you're going to kind of feel like everything is in perfect harmony. Everything is in sync. Everything is in flow, right? This could be a specific ancestor that is helping with this or that wants you to know this specific thing. So this could be a matriarch in your family, like I stated earlier, who has maybe passed on or who could still even be, alive right now. But let's see. Tell us more, Spirit. Give us more divine guidance, wisdom, and insight into the urgent and specific messages that pile number one spirit guides want them to hear right now. One more card. Okay, there we go. Come on. What did I say? We have this yin energy, intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. I feel like the divine feminine is really speaking to you to take your time, to make sure you're in perfect flow or in perfect harmony. Again, like I said, some of you all's top 3 placements could be in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, right? But ultimately, you all can be a femininely charged zodiac sign. We have Taurus, Cancer, Virgo. We also have Scorpio, Capricorn, and Pisces. But your intuition is blaring right now. And I feel like this intuitive guidance is to tap into your receptivity, to tap into your divine feminine, maybe to take a rest right now too, because during this huge astrological transit, there could be a lot of emotions kind of like welling up inside of you. And you see what's funny? We have the sun, but then we have the moon here as well. But the sun is kind of eclipsed. I wish I had this guidebook. I do, but I kind of just want to save some time and not read it. But you know, the sun is dimmed right now in this card, and the moon is taking center stage. So that's literally what's happening right now. So your emotions could be taking center stage right now, and it will be great to talk to like an elder or an ancestor, or again, a matriarch. If not on the external, internally tap into your spirituality and emotions, and trust in your intuition and what the divine is trying to convey to you right now. So again, if you're feeling super emotional or a heightened sense of emotion, trust it, tap into it, and let it flow. We have conjunction, a union, merging, and coming together. Basically what's going on now, right? And I know that there are a lot of other planets conjunct during this total solar eclipse in Aries. So this could have a lot to do with it, not just solely the total solar eclipse, but it could be a lot of other planets that are conjunct right now. Okay, so we're gonna gain more insight and clarity into what does this all mean for you? Like, what is it specifically that your spirit guides want you to know that's so urgent? They definitely want you to tap into your emotions and to tap into the flow of things, right? And when I get flow, I typically get water, and water, you know, symbolically represents our emotions. So let's see. Tell us more, Spirit, about these urgent messages coming from our pile number one's spirit guides. Tell us more about these urgent messages coming from our pile number one spirit guides. What did I say? We have the generosity of air. And I told you guys this Queen of Clubs reminded me more, like the description they gave reminded me more of the Queen of Swords. And this is the Queen of Swords. Spirit wants you to kind of like stop, pause, and smell the roses, and to give reverence to everything that you have went through from then until now, whenever then is for you, right? We have this generosity of air, and she's wearing this crown, and she's smelling this beautiful pink rose, but she still has her wits about her, right? So with this fox energy here, she's still sharp, she's still cunning, she still will, you know, be fair to herself and others, especially when it comes to getting down to business or getting down to brass tacks. However, you know, she will stop and pay reverence where reverence is due. And that's what I'm getting. Some of you could be maybe in communication with a air sign, Gemini, Aries, or Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. I want to think, is Libra transiting something? I'm not too sure. Oh, but I know that we're technically in a North Node Aries and a Libra south node. So that could be where a lot of like where a lot of this air energy could be coming from right now. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. I'm just curious. We have the Seeker with card number 9. This literally talks about being in hermit mode, kind of like being to yourself, being in a state of solitude, taking some time out to for deep introspection, right? Almost like ghosting the world, so to speak, being in your own little world. Tell us more, Spirit. What other urgent messages does pile number 1 spirit guides want to communicate to them? Okay, so we have card number 13 with the death card. And this is interesting. There's like this death and rebirth card that's energy that's coming out for you. We have this beautiful moth. I rarely ever get this card in this deck, and it's really beautiful. But it's like the ending of something and the beginning of something else. And you can see as this you know, person is passing on, their body is going deep into the earth. And what I'm getting is this grounding effect. Something is over. There is a chapter of your life that is shut. That is just shut, that has left the building, or that will be leaving the building soon. And this could be in regards to ego. This could be in regards to overthinking or overanalyzing situations and circumstances also. But look at how beautiful this moth is, and then look at how huge this moon is, right? So let's see what's at the bottom of the deck here. We have the 4 of fire. So the 4 of wands kind of talks about, it could talk about our housing, it could talk about stability, or it could talk about a union as well, right? It's interesting because we have 3 of these kids blowing the trumpet, almost signaling like an arrival of something, right? And then we have these 4 beautiful long stem roses in the background representing the wands. And then we have this gorgeous galaxy in the background. So this could be like a completion here, because the 4 of fire represents a completion as well, or like definitely a coming together, right? Because we had at the bottom of the deck emerging, a coming together. So this could talk about just your spiritual nature, you being very spiritual, you revering your spirituality right now. Tell us more. What else? And I feel like this death card, I feel like this death card is actually representing your spiritual guides right now, or a specific person in your spiritual team. This is definitely giving Scorpio energy as well. So maybe some of you might have had like a grandmother or someone, a matriarch who was like a Scorpio, or very deep, very emotionally adept, right? Tell us more, Spirit. What other urgent messages does our pile number 1's spirit guides want to give them right now? What other urgent messages does our pile number 1 spirit guides want to give them right now? What other urgent and specific messages does our pile number 1 spirit guides want to send them right now? Okay. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Air. So there's a very beautiful clarity that's happening right now, and a shift going on. I think this is collectively too, like, how can I put it? This is a pick a card reading. So obviously for you all's collective pile number 1s, this is a shift that's happening in the world right now. So for a lot of us, and I say this because we're literally brought back to the pyramids in ancient Egypt. And we all know that during ancient Egyptian times, our ancestors used to venerate the solar eclipse, right? It was the sun god Ra kind of being eaten by a snake, right? And we have the Hierophant. So I feel like there is a spiritual up-leveling here. There is like some type of spiritual initiation, what am I saying? Initiation happening right now for you energetically, especially telepathically as it pertains to your mind, right? So it's interesting because we have the 7 of air, another moth here, and then we have these 2 foxes that are kind of like twins and kind of like facing towards each other with, I think this might be Jupiter, or I don't know what's in the background here, right? But we have these two twin foxes and they're sitting on this couch. They're sitting on this sofa. And then the clippers are all they're all on the ground, right? But then we have this one clipper here, which to me, I'm getting represents this ace of air, this clarity, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I feel like with the 6 clippers on the ground, 3 of them are rusted. The other 3, they're just fine. So I have a feeling with this 7 of air, some of you all could just be kind of stuck right now. And I don't mean stuck in a literal sense, but like mentally not really knowing what to do, what to believe, or how to maybe even maneuver certain thought patterns in your mind right now. But you will soon. You will be gaining clarity, right? Because we have this moth here, which signifies change, deep change and transformation that's happening. So there's a deep clarity happening within you, or it will soon be happening, okay? Because these 2 foxes are they're just stuck on the couch, you know, and with these clippers on the floor here. But the ace of air is bringing in a newfound clarity and newfound victory and a newfound sense of being able to see things for what they are, not for what we think they could be, right? Not this illusion-based energy that we have in this 7 of earth. Okay. So now with the 7 of fire, there is a conviction that is being held here. It's like someone is standing their ground. Now, it could be this generosity of air. Maybe you've taken on this energy, right, of standing your ground, of just doing it your way and how you want it to be done. Again, we have this beautiful maiden here carrying this single wand, and then we have 3 wands on this side and 3 wands on that side, with a horse that has this beautiful, what would you call this? It's like not a reef, well, kind of like a reef around its neck, right? A floral reef around its neck. And we have this triangle that would represent fire. So I feel like you're really standing your ground in regards to you taking action on the things that you know are going to propel you forward into the future. And you could be experiencing this rebirth or this renewal energy as well with the death card. Card number 13. Now, 13 is the number of the goddess too, right? So there could be goddess veneration happening here as well. There could, oh my gosh, you guys know what I just got right now? We're literally in the midst, right? Because they're saying that a total solar eclipse like this won't happen for another like 20 years. We're in the midst of the transference, right? Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. We're in the midst of the, what is it called? Oh gosh. The transmutation or the transformation from the patriarchy to the matriarchy. And a lot of you all are getting that download and you're feeling it. And I don't just mean in regards to just like a person's sex or orientation. No, I mean energetically, spiritually, and mentally. The collective in totality is about to start doing things very, very differently from how we were leading before, right? And I feel like a lot of you all understand this. This is where the CN energy comes into play. Okay, tell us more, Spirit. Urgent messages from our pile number 1's spirit guides that they need to hear right now. One more card. Urgent messages from our pile number 1 spirit guides that they need to hear right now. And you know what's interesting? I just want to make this, I know I keep going back, but it's interesting because there's this little, almost like this little baby who's like costumed in the skeleton costume, right? And it's this, oh, and we have spirits here too. Yep, this is a spirit guide card. I knew it. And we have this like goddess who has passed, but it's almost like he's trying to bring her back from the dead. This rebirth, he's trying to bring her back. This is what's happening right now, y'all. This is so crazy that I'm recording this, that this reading is so profound. This is wild. Okay, let me just put this here. Okay, let's keep going. Tell us more, Spirit. What other urgent messages does our pile number 1 spirit guide want them to know right now? Okay. Look, and we have the hang up with card number 12. And this is the hangman or the hangwoman. And it's interesting because, again, we have this matriarchal energy here, or this feminine presence here that's literally walking on this tightrope. And then we have these crocodiles or alligators. I'm going to look in the guidebook to see whether these are crocodiles or alligators, because, you know, it's funny. I was watching this show on like Amazon, and they were basically saying, it was like this show about like the super rich, and it was about this super rich guy who was like building this yacht, and basically he had his own designer for the yacht. And so the designer like basically like designed some like alligator or crocodile, one of them, I think it was alligator trunks or something like that, or crocodile trunks, right? And basically, in order to save face or to feel better about themselves, they were like, oh yeah, and it's interesting because crocodiles or alligators, I could be getting this wrong, but crocodiles are like extinct, where alligators, there's like so many of them, right? So crocodiles are endangered, excuse me, whereas alligators, there's a ton of alligators around. So, you know, you shouldn't feel so bad that we use alligators to make these. I thought it was like wild and crazy, but again, you know, so, you know, it's interesting. We have this feminine archetype on this tightrope, and then we have these alligators or crocodiles, which we'll find out in a second. But these represent a transmutation or a like a, I don't know what, a transformation. I don't know why cat is getting my tongue in regards to saying transformation, but there's this transformative energy that's happening here with this hangman energy. There's also emphasis on Pisces energy, since Pisces is the hangman in the major arcana of the tarot. But let's see. I want to clarify this through the guidebook. This is also deception here as well. I always say the 7 of air, it does stand for like illusions, because illusion can be a form of deception, right? But we'll get to that in a moment too. Okay. Yeah, these are alligators. Okay, so it says the hang up. Okay, an agile acrobat balances on a glowing tight wire, a large rose in each hand helping her with her balance. That's wild. So roses, and I feel like roses are representative of love. So we're entering into this divine feminine matriarchy where we're going to use love instead of hate. We're going to use persuasion and seduction instead of force or brute force, right? And instead of manipulation, like we're turning a whole new leaf. We're entering into a whole new paradigm, pile number 1s, and your spirit guides want you to be ready. They almost want you to speak to someone, speak to a matriarch in your family, speak to someone who is older, wiser, more experienced than you, to help you through this transition. This could be today as well, or whenever you see this. This is a timeless reading. So whenever you see this, right? Very interesting. Okay. I do want to read this. I'm getting the chills on my crown chakra, so that's very interesting. Her face is calm and focused on her elevated feet. Below her, 3 toothsome alligators swim, communing with their butterfly friends. A starry sky serves as a backdrop. The ordeals that take us from here toward our most significant there. Didn't I say? Oh my gosh, that's wild, pile number 1s. I'm channeling right now. Take us from here toward our most significant there. I literally said that. Our initiations, I just said initiations as well, we've been preparing for during all of our previous years, whether or not we know it. That's wild. Don't look down is a reminder you already have everything you need. You already have all of the necessary tools. You already have the acquired skills. You already have the required skills. Your only task, don't get distracted. Phew. It says upright, radical presence, deep focus, transformative experience. Yep. Courage to stick with the process. Boom. That's it. Damn. I kind of just want to end this reading here because we pretty much just we're red to filth, right? 4 of air, get some rest. Rest. And don't get distracted. Whatever that is, you could rest now. It's like when you made it across the finish line, okay, take a deep breath, right? Take a deep breath. That's what spirit wants you to do. Rest and recuperate now. Because your building is just now getting started and y'all are going to be leading the freaking pack, pile number ones. Masculine or feminine. You guys are going to be leading the pack in the initiation in love and forward progression with the matriarchal energies, if that makes sense. I did want to read the 7 of air a little. Okay, so yeah, air, deception. This is 7's mystery, heroicism, and skill. A plausible pretense functions just fine until it doesn't. A plausible pretense functions just fine until it doesn't. Exactly. Oh my gosh, that's wild. Oof. Okay, now let's end your reading. This was a longer one. Tell us more, Spirit. Sorry. Hold up. We're going to get a little shuffle. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck for our pile number ones, for giving them clear, concise, accurate messages, advice, guidance, and wisdom to for our pile number ones to end their readings. Last messages. One very last message you would like our pile number ones to know to conclude today's reading for them. What is the specific or urgent information you want them to know? Yep, card number 28, constellation Draco. So like I hear that the Draco constellation or the Draco draconian energy is kind of prevalent right now during this astrological transit that's happening, right? And we have guardianship, so you're being guided. Reverence. I just keep getting pay reverence to your ancestors, pay reverence to the divine feminine in the matriarchal energy. We have card number 28. Some of you all might resonate with the number 28. Some of you all might be 28, but 2 and 8, that's 10, and 1 and 0, that's 1. Brand new beginnings happening, okay? And I do want to read a little bit from the guidebook here because I'm trying to information pack this reading for you all. So bear with me. Yeah, so let's see. It literally says, you are precious. Know what you value and what your values are. Guard your own true self and your authenticity. Ensure your boundaries are strong. Protect your ideas. Ensure your property is safe and secure. Exactly. Protect who you are. Protect your ideas. Protect your property. Whatever you... There's a sense of protection over you right now because you're valuable, and your spirit guides want you to know that this is particularly a matriarch. Again, whether they've ascended already or whether they're here on earth, their light is still a guiding force in your in and around you. So know that you are secure and taken care of. And it's interesting because we have cultural and family roots. You might want to, I keep just getting veneration, reverence, and paying homage to the divine feminine presence right now, okay? So our last thing we're gonna do, and look, we have the Scorpio energy. Very last messages from the Astro Dice Spirit. Anything else you would like pile number? Yeah, pile number ones to know. We have the South Node, the 5th house. The 5th house is ruled by Leo, and then we have Capricorn energy. Again, you could have a Capricorn ancestor that's helping guide you. With the South Node, these are things we are kind of like leaving behind or releasing. These are aspects of our personality that we have literally like already brought to fruition, right? They're kind of like in excess now. And with the fifth house energy, this talks about creativity. How can we play more? How can we release certain burdens or stress and strains, right? And be more focused on kind of like our creativity, our sense of fun, and childlike energy, right? This could be through creative projects or endeavors as well. But yeah, pile number one's beautiful reading, profound, all of the above. Okay, so I love you all so much, my dreamy dreamers. I really hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please give me that thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Share this content with loved ones, family, friends, or anyone who will best benefit from the messages provided here today. If y'all are interested in a gorgeous one-of-a-kind tarot journal, look no further. The link to that journal will be in the description box down below. And if you're interested in booking a private reading with me, you can do so on my website, which is also in the description box down below. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in your next reading. Bye. Hey, pile number twos, welcome back to your reading. So let's hop right in on the urgent and specific messages from your spirit guides they want you to hear right now. So listen up, okay? So you all chose this beautiful rhodonite mushroom here. And for rhodonite, this has a lot to do with compassion, forgiveness, and harmony in troubled situations or relationships. More importantly, relationships, okay? So I feel like there is a coming together mainly with the relationship with yourself, right? And forgiving yourself and forgiving others, right? Because most time we have to forgive ourselves for feeling like we allowed something to happen. And that's really where kind of like the pain or the sadness comes from, right? And I feel like you're showing more heartfelt compassion to yourself right now more than ever, okay? Or that is the urgent message and the specific instructions from your spirit guides, okay? So I just want you to know that. But we're going to get into the three of spades here, and I believe this is in reverse because this looks like this would be upright. So this three of spades came in reverse, okay? And it's interesting because in reverse, it's a water triangle, right? So this could be about your emotions. And then there's a line through it. So upright, we have like this fire energy here, right? But then in reverse, there's this like water energy. And you know what's funny? This kind of looks like the sacred heart in reverse, right? To an extent. And then this fault line in here. So I feel like this could be like a full-blown healing process or recovery that you just went through. And this could be in regards to a breakup or like a breakup with a individual person or like a friendship or like maybe a bad disagreement with a family member. But ultimately, I feel like this is you coming back to yourself, you healing yourself. But I do want to read a little bit from this guidebook. So it says Three of Spades, Broken Trinity. This card comes with many meanings based on its position in the spread and what company it keeps. Upright, it represents fighting to the next day and setbacks that can last a long time, specifically 3 years. If it appears with kings or queens, regardless of their suit, this shows discord or a fight with a parent or parental figure. The symbolism of this card follows the old saying that things break or drop in threes. Therefore, based on other cards, this can signify a streak of bad luck. But this is interesting because it's in reverse. So, you know, don't take this conjure cards deck is kind of like extreme, but I don't think it's as extreme as that. I think maybe what the three of spades is what I'm getting is the three of cups, right? So I'm getting like three feminine figures. So this could be a friendship that was dissolved or like once and for all that's finally kind of being dissolved and you're seeking some type of healing from it, right? But we'll get more into that. I want to pull more cards so we can really give you an accurate reading, pile number twos. Okay, so we are going to use as the first cards out the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck for our pile number twos, for giving them clear, concise, accurate messages. What urgent, specific messages does our pile number two spirit guides want them to know right now? What urgent and specific messages does pile number 2 spirit guides want them to know right now? Urgent and specific messages from our pile number 2 spirit guides. Urgent and specific messages from our pile number 2 spirit guides. Okay, we have 2 cards out the gate. We have House 12, spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. What did I say? Yeah, you guys are entering into a healing phase in your life right now. You're letting go of just what no longer serves you. You're breaking out. Okay, some of you all could be seeing feathers, or could be connected to feathers or birds. There's a messenger here for sure, and this could be downloads. This could be just karma, and or you know, they say good karma is dharma, I think, for your sacrificial services, and even transcending that energy as well, because you've healed from that. Like, I feel like prior you would have sacrificed yourself a lot because you didn't realize your own strength, and you didn't realize it was hurting you in the long run. We have Pisces energy, intimacy, intuition, and compassion. What did I say? That Rhodanite, compassion energy, intimacy, and intuition. We have, and you know what's interesting? The 12th house is ruled by Pisces. So I feel like there's this kind of like dense energy right now in the atmosphere because of the moon shadowing the sun right now, which is all about Piscean energy, right? Pisces rules the moon. Some would say Cancer, but you know, tomato, tomato. It's like that watery energy, right? That deep, profound energy here that rules. But we do specifically have the 12th house, so I am getting a lot of Piscean energy. And I feel like this could be coming back to yourself due to certain sacrificial services that you have just continuously offered to the people you are most closely tied to. Let's see what's at the bottom of this deck. Taurus, trust, patience, and sensuality. And I feel like you're becoming more aware of the things that you need and require as well, pile number 2s, okay? Not just what everyone else needs, but your needs being met from you, okay? Tell us more, Spirit. What other urgent, specific messages does our pile number 2's spirit guides want them to know right now? Just one card. What other urgent and specific messages does our pile number 1 spirit, does our pile number 2's, excuse me, spirit guides want them to know right now? Okay, clear, concise, accurate messages. All right, very interesting. We have the 4th house. This also came up in a prior reading. 4th house energy, or house 4, cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. Spirit wants you to be comfortable wherever you're dwelling in, right? And look, we have all these moon, all these watery, kind of like elusive energies here. So emotional healing, okay, earth energy. We just had Taurus, now we have earth. Spirit wants you to ground your emotions right now, because they could be all over the place, or you could be healing certain emotional wounds or things that, you know, you've been dealing with. Persistence, patience, and practicality. I feel like you're transmuting your emotions into something more grounded and tangible as well. We have Capricorn energy, we have Virgo energy, and we have Taurus energy. Some of you all might have a Capricorn North Node, a Virgo North Node, or a Taurus North Node, and that's how you're transmuting your emotions. You're not like, you're not experiencing these leakages anymore. You are being able to streamline the emotions however you feel them, for good, bad, or indifferent, to where you need them to go during this time. Okay, so, and I feel like your spirit guides want you to, they're like giving you the permission to do that. They're giving you the okay. Like, you don't really need their permission, but they're trying to help you out with this, is what I'm trying to say. They're trying to expedite this healing process for you, because you're so compassionate towards others. I feel like a lot of you guys are very deep empaths. So let's see. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck for our pile number 2s. for giving them clear, concise, accurate messages. It could have taken you 3 years to heal from something, you know, as well. But let's see. Tell us more, Spirit. Clear, concise, accurate messages for our pile number 2s. What urgent and specific messages does pile number 2 spirit guides have for them right now? Okay. Yeah, so we have the curiosity of air. This is the Page of Swords. I'm going to pull the rest of these cards before we get into it. Tell us more, Spirit. Spirit wants you to be curious and childlike right now, though, for sure. But let's pull the rest of these cards before we get into it. Urgent and specific spirit guide messages for our pile number 2s. Urgent and specific. Yep. We have the 5 of water. We have the curiosity of water and the 5 of water. This is talking about inner child semblance. And for some reason, I just seen faces in these cards. Maybe it's because of their face, but let's see. Let's get 2 more cards for you. What urgent and specific messages does our pile number 2 spirit guides have for them right now? Clear, concise, accurate messages. We have the moon. What urgent and okay. And then we have the star. You know, it's interesting. During the pre-shuffle, this peeked out. Kind of had a feeling it will come out. And then we have the 4 of water, which is the 4 of cups. So I'm actually going to put this right here because I want to reference that 4 of cups later. Okay, so we have the curiosity of air, which is the Page of Swords, curiosity of water, which is the Page of Water. So 2 messengers, right? 1 emotional messenger, I feel like, and 1 like verbal or telepathic messenger. So these could be 2 different spirit guides is what I'm getting. And they could be like childlike energies, right? Bringing in good news around something. And this could be more so your intuition, and this could be more so your logic, right? Like your mind, like your imagination is what I'm trying to say, right? So 1 is your intuition and 1 is your imagination. And I feel like whoever these spirit guides are they could be aspects of you, which I'm getting heavy. But I feel like they want you to tap into your imagination and to your intuition to create something, right? Through this healing process that you're going through. Now, with the 5 of water, what's interesting here is that we have this line of people who are mourning something, right? Now, the 5 of water, the 5 of cups, talks about sadness, depression, mourning something, mourning the loss of something, right? Proverbially crying over spilled milk. But you know what's interesting? In this 5 of cups, there are no knocked over glasses or whatever. There are just these 3 watering cans that are afloat. And then there are 2 here that are on stable ground, right? That earth energy, that stabilization, that are grounded. But these 3, they're just floating in the water. They're floating in this flood, right? And then we have these, I don't know what these are, these figures here wading through the water, right? So this could talk about like emotional, like transmutation or something, or just emotional wading through the water. That's just what I'm getting here. And then we have this moon energy, right? I'm getting punch drunk. I'm getting, look, we have a whole freaking lunar eclipse or solar eclipse happening right now. I don't know if it's lunar or solar or whatever, but we have a whole eclipse happening. So this can make you feel drunk with emotions, make you feel very like you don't really know your ups from your downs. You don't know how to, almost like you don't know how to differentiate something, right? This could make you feel kind of like, you know, wanting to be intimate with someone, wanting to be more connected, but we are tapping into the divine feminine energy here with this moon energy. And she is recognizing her shadow self, and she's flirting with the moon. She's flirting with the shadow. She's flirting with her shadow. She's flirting with the idea of the night, so to speak, right? That's interesting. We'll get back to this card though in a moment. And then we have the Star card. So we have this deep, profound healing, this deep, profound like resonance, right? This beautiful goddess here with this beautiful adornment and this headdress. She's ready for something. And then we have these white roses, which would signify purity. So there's a coming together of something, the purification of something. Maybe it's you, pile number twos. And you know, it's interesting. We have the Star card and we have these white roses, which would represent purification or purity. And then we have the curiosity of water, which are the pages of the tarot, which represent childlike novice energy, which in turn represents purity. So it's like you're purifying something, right? You're purifying something. And this could be your emotional stability, your emotional home, your shadow self, right? You could be integrating it right now. Your intuition and your imagination are coming together, right? So let's bring the bottom of the deck back here. Excuse me, where we again have these 3 watering cans afloat. Although there is life in this sea, this life is listless. It's dead. It's done. It's over with, right? That's why these 2 watering cans are here, because they know this is flood water. So it's not the best quality. It's not live. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not like running. It's not like a spring. Whereas this water is full of life to the point where it's allowing roses to grow or to at least live in this water. But then we have this person here who's sitting on this rock, who's grounded, who's stabilized, but they almost act like they can't see the beauty that is around them. And then we have this big blue moon in the back of them. We have the heavy emphasis on the moon twice, a blue moon and a crescent moon or a eclipse happening as well. So I feel like there could be a lot of emotion stirring up, and there could be a few things happening here. Either your creativity is being aroused and your imagination is, and there's a deep healing because of that or within that, if you allow it to be. So I'm gonna read the 3 of these, but we'll start with the 5 of water. Okay, so the fives represent disruption, creativity, and fiction. Yeah. And it says water, this is the 5 of water with dissatisfaction. The wrong thing at the wrong time ruins much, but not everything, right? So that's what I was getting. Something happened. It was the wrong thing at the wrong time, but everything wasn't ruined, right? And then we have this moon energy here. And it says, a black burlesque dancer rests upon a stage prop crescent moon. Okay, it's a stage prop. Her gaze is turned softly downward, looking into the eyes of the carved man in the moon beneath her thigh. In her left hand, she holds a champagne coupe, and her head is haloed by a lunar eclipse. I know it was an eclipse. The red velvet curtain has a spray of tuberoses tucked into the tide, and beneath the crescent moon, a white wolf and a black wolf howl up at the dancer. Cloaked in the soft velvet of night, silent silver, a riddle of rock and shadow, scrapes of prayers caught between teeth, memorial shards repeating like the first line of a song you used to love. When dreams melt into delusions, when mirror becomes fun house, becomes nightmares, when silver's tarnish stains the grasping hand, remember that you will wax again soon. And it says upright dreams, fantasies, illusions, good and ill. I think I said that too. Reflections, receptivity, instinct, night consciousness, and cyclicity. I don't know why I always have the hardest time pronouncing that word. Cyclicity. Okay. Now we have the star here, which comes before the moon typically. And it says, a Russian ballerina turns her ethereal gaze gently upward. It says, she is cloaked with heavily embroidered garments, and upon her head rests a large, elaborately beaded headpiece scattered with stars. White roses grace her wrist, and behind her, the endless sparkle of the starry night sky reaches toward a particularly bright asterism. Okay. Reminder of immortality, reminder of wonder, reminder that even after death, destruction, collapse, hope remains, right? Sparks of divinity scatter like tears, like smiles, like the fallen petals of a tree in spring, every single one a gleaming diamond singing you forward a course of life. Excuse me. It reads hope, cosmic assistance, spiritual renewal, cellular clarity, healing, intuitive guidance. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I feel like, when you don't know what to do, do nothing. Pile number 2s. That's what I'm getting also. Do nothing. And in time, your curiosity and your imagination will take you very far. That's what I'm getting here. Be still and do nothing. Okay, so we're going to conclude your reading very soon. Tell us more, Spirit. Thank you for cleansing and blessing this deck and for giving our pile number 2s clear, concise, accurate messages. Any last messages for our pile number 2s from their spirit guides? Yeah, we have card number 18. Hold on. This, and granted, this is a solar eclipse, but we have 18 and 18. So we have the constellation Hydra with catalyst, and this is a catalyst to your growth and to you, your dreams being met. Pile number 2s. This is what I'm getting. You went through deep, profound healing, and now your dreams will be able to come forth from this. Okay. 18 and 18. 1 and 8, that's 9. Okay. So there's a wrapping up, there's a completion of a cyclicity that's happening. Okay. And this marks the catalyst of that. See what's at the bottom of the deck. And we have gratitude with Capricorn energy, card number 10. 1 and 0, that's 1. So there's a brand new beginning happening. And I feel like you feel very grateful for it. You feel it coming. So now let us roll the astro dice to finalize pile number 2's reading, Spirit. Ultimately, very last messages for our pile number 2's. 7th house, Leo, and this is Uranus. Oh yeah, big changes happening. Leo energy in the 7th house. Now this could have to do with like intimate relationships or romances. This could have been friendships, something like that have changed dramatically. But you know what's interesting? Uranus, Aquarius rules Uranus or whatever. And I think Uranus is the tower too, but it marks radical change. And we have Leo energy with the 7th house. So I feel like this has changed for ultimately the better. Like the darkest of the dawn is now over. And now you're going to feel this heightened new renewal energy and spirit within you, like these two pages, right? Like this curiosity of air and curiosity of water. Okay, pile number 2. So yeah, my dreamy dreamers, that is about all the time that I have for you, my loves. I love you all so much. I really hope this message helped you in any way, shape, or form. If it did, please hit that thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe. Share this content with loved ones, family, friends, or anyone who would best benefit from the messages provided here today. If you all are interested in a gorgeous one-of-a-kind tarot journal, look no further. The link to that journal will be in the description box down below. Also, if you're interested in booking a private reading with me, the link to my website will also be in the description box where you can go and do just that. Okay, I love you all so much, and I'll see you in your next reading. Bye. Hey, pile number 3s, welcome back to your reading. So we're going to hop in on the urgent and specific messages your spirit guides want you to listen up to, okay? So you all chose this gorgeous sodalite mushroom crystal, and sodalite enhances psychic abilities, just period, right? It aids in communication and it stimulates creative thinking and cognitive thinking skills, okay? So it's like, I feel like pile number 3s, you all are in perfect alignment and your spirit guides want you to know this, right? With the 5 of diamonds and the salamander, it's almost like, you know, you're in your element right now. Some of you all might be fire signs as well, more distinctly Aries, because I am filming this on literally like you guys' pile, like maybe 30 minutes to an hour after the total solar eclipse in Aries just happened, right? So I feel like you all might just feel very in tune, very in alignment, and very in your element, and very sharp, right? Because traditionally, if this was a tarot card, the 5 of diamonds or the 5 of pentacles would represent kind of feeling left out in the cold. But with the salamander, I'm getting the complete opposite of that. I'm getting like sharp, distinct, quick, you know, maybe a little impulsive, but ultimately very agile in your mindset right now. So we're going to put your mushroom here, but I'm going to read a little bit of this 5 of diamonds for you. And it reads, the Hellbender Salamander. A totem from the Appalachian folk magic, the Hellbender was used by conjure folk in the mountains for many conjurations, including that of love and marriage, which is why it foretells such. If the subject of the reading isn't relationship based, it can also denote good luck. Yes. It says, reverse, the card shows a breakdown in love, romance turns sour, and having the last laugh at another. But this isn't reversed. This upright. So this is exactly what I was getting. Complete and utter alignment for you all, pile number 3s, okay? So I love this energy for you, and I feel like you all feel this coming. You all feel the presence of this, okay? But let's delve deeper into your reading, okay? So we're going to start with the Heavenly Body Astrology deck. I've already cleansed off camera, but I will give it a good shuffle on camera for you all. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck, our pile number 3s, for giving them clear, concise, accurate, urgent, and specific messages from their spirit guides. What urgent and specific messages from pile number 3 spirit guides do they want them to hear right now? Urgent and specific messages from, okay, from our pile number 3 spirit guides. So the first card that turned up was Mercury. Think, learn, network, and communicate. Yeah, I feel like you all's communication ability is precise right now, and it has developed over time, hence this butterfly. I feel like you all are very clear and careful in regards to how you're communicating right now, because it is serving you to do that. Some of you all might have heavy Mercury placements, or Mercury, you know, we're in the midst of a Mercury retrograde as well. So I don't think it's affecting you as much as it could be other people. Again, we have Pisces energy, intimacy, intuition, and compassion. I feel like you're using both of these faculties, right? So your agileness when it comes to thinking, learning, and networking, communicating your ideas or something like that. And that being intertwined with your intuition and compassion right now, that you're showing for not just yourself, but for others also. And I feel like your spirit guides want you to know, like, keep doing it. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Keep doing it. So we're just going to take these because they came out kind of quickly. We have Uranus with radically change. We have Virgo energy with integrity, reverence, and service. So some of you all might have come from another pile as well, because this Virgo energy came out in another pile. I won't tell you which, but if you felt compelled to another pile, I would definitely recommend you going to watch that pile and use this as an intuition-based exercise to see if, you know, your intuition served you correctly, right? But integrity, reverence, and service. So I feel like spirit is, you are going to be met with a lot of good karma or dharma because of the service and reverence that you pay to people in your everyday life, right? In your most closest relationships, or just in your neighborhood, in your network, right? This energy is kind of reminding me of 11th house energy as well. So we have at the bottom of the deck the South Node destined to release. So I feel like you have been destined to release a lot of like overemphasis of this. Like, let's say if Virgo was in your South Node, you overdid this. Like, you can learn no more from being of just complete and utter service, from martyring yourself, from just bowing down to people in their whim and just getting their work done and not doing anything for you in the process. But that's not what I'm getting here. Well, this could be actually, especially with Uranus coming with radically change, integrity, reverence, and service. It's not that Spirit does not want you to pay reverence and service to other people, but more so focus that inward right now. You don't have to always be at the beck and call to other people. You can also be of service and reverence to yourself, and do so with integrity, right? So it won't hurt other people in the process. And what I'm getting is learning to say no, thinking, learning, and networking, and being able to communicate your no's judiciously, if that makes sense. So let's get into your tarot. Let's get into your tarot right now. Pile number 3s. Tell us more, Spirit. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck for our pile number 3s, for giving clear, concise, accurate messages from pile number 3, Spirit Guides. What urgent and specific messages does pile number 3, Spirit Guides, want them to know right now? Urgent and specific messages from pile number 3, Spirit Guides. Sheesh, that was quick. So let's see. We have the 10 of Fire, which is the 10 of Wands. We have the Life Giver in reverse, and something is telling me to give this in reverse. To keep this in reverse. Tell me more, Spirit. Clear, concise, accurate messages. What urgent and specific messages does pile number 3's Spirit Guides want them to know right now? That's wild. You guys seeing how this landed? So we have the Wheel, which is beautiful. This is, confirming that that wheel turning in your favor. We have the Sovereignty of Air, which is the King of Swords. And we have the 5 of Fire, okay? So with these cards being out, the 10 of Fire, the Life Giver in reverse, this is what this was talking about. This Life Giver energy is Empress energy. And sometimes the Empress energy can be very receptive and receive everything that everyone else wants to give to them, or, could also be kind of like stagnant as well. But I feel like you are leaving that stagnancy. You're ready to kind of like get on the good foot and do what it is you have to do for yourself. No longer just completely serving others, right? Because in other aspects, the Life Giver is a feminine aspect of servitude. She gives and gives and gives. And it's almost like she doesn't know when to stop giving to others and to give to herself. And it's interesting. This butterfly and this blue butterfly, they look very similar. And I feel like this is a transformation that's happening within you. Maybe you're going to really learn to communicate, hey, this is my capacity. This is really all I have to give right now. And unfortunately, if you can't take that, then maybe I'm not the right person for this job. I'm not the right person to do this. I'm not the right person to help you with that now. And that's what I'm getting here for you, pile number 3s. You're going to stop giving to your detriment, if that makes sense, right? Because I feel like it has taken a toll, and you might have a lot of work to do or feel like you have a heavy burden to carry. Whereas, well, where is everyone else? I give, but when I need help, or when I need assistance, or when I feel like my burden is too heavy, crickets, so to speak, right? And I feel like Spirit is saying enough is enough. The wheel is turning in your favor. The dice is rolling in your favor. And you're going to see a different outcome now, depending on how you heed to this message, so to speak, right? And it's interesting because we have two major arcanas, the Empress in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune. There's going to be a shift, a radical change, right? A radical change for your benefit because you have given. It's almost like karmic rewards, right? Destiny, the tide is turning. Fortune favors the brave and the bold. So we have the sovereignty of air. Okay, so I feel like you could be cutting off a lot. You could be cutting off communication when it comes to things that don't serve you or that aren't in your best benefit. And maybe even if you have committed to something, you might find yourself rethinking those commitments and trying and be willing to be more flexible when it comes to getting out of those commitments, especially if they are to your detriment. Now with the 5 of fire here, there could be like some petty quarrels or some, talk through the grapevines, kind of like, feeling maybe like someone was mishandled or something like that. We'll get clarification on this 5 of fire, but this talks about sparring. This could talk about strategizing, right? And this could talk about maybe a little friendly competition or something like that on the horizon, but we'll see. We'll see what's really going on with that energy. But let's see at the bottom of the deck here. Yep, we have the Ace of Fire. There's a whole new passionate beginning set ablaze for you, right? You are feeling inspired, you're feeling rejuvenated, and you're going to take that inspiration and run with it. And I don't really think you care too much about what anybody might think of that. We have 1, 2, 3, 3 wands energy, 3 fire energy. So you're feeling very revved up right now during this season, during this new season, right? And I feel like because you feel a shift that's happening with this wheel, you're feeling back on your game. Clarify this 5 of wands here. Why is this 5 of fire here for our pile number 3, Spirit? Give clarity to this 5 of fire here. Why is this 5 of fire here for our pile number 3s? So I feel like you're strategizing what you want to manifest next. I feel like you're the magician. This could be, look, we have the light and the darkness. So you could be kind of like sparring against the light and the darkness, trying to integrate both to make things work in your favor, right? We even have the Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail. So we have this infinite ability to make things happen, to manifest, to create a certain outcome. But remember, you have to give to yourself. And then we have this Maggie here, right? Who's literally, their turban is this third eye. So like you see everything. Things can't escape you. And it's because you're very tapped into the infinite, right? It's interesting too, because I am filming this on April 8th. And if you turn this just upward, that's the letter 8. And the letter 8 is an infinity symbol. So I feel like, you're sparring with the best. You can handle yourself now is what I'm getting here, especially with a major arcana clarifying that minor arcana. You have the gift of manifestation, and we have the Lovers here. So this could be, you could be a Gemini. We do have Mercury energy here, which Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. So you could be you could be making your own choices right now as well, going your own way. And it's interesting too, again, like I said, you could be a Gemini. We have these snakes here as well, which represent transformation. And I don't know if those are pairs. I think they're pairs. But it's funny because these are pairs and then there's a pair of people here. So I feel like you could be I feel like this is you. This is indicative of you right now, pile number 3s. And you using both of your best attributes, whatever those are, the shadow and the light, and integrating them so you can make the best decisions for you. Because if this is not about a Gemini, if you aren't a Gemini, this could have a lot to do with you being able to make your own decisions and make the decisions that work best for you. Instead of always trying to contribute to other people's success, how can you contribute to your own? You don't have to stop giving to other people. You don't have to stop aiding in other people's success, but maybe you can do so where it does not take from you, but it adds to you. You know, I'm getting reciprocal energy. Oh, put this back here. And this was at the bottom of the deck. So that was clarifying that 5 of Wands. And then we have the sovereignty of air. It's just very on top of their game. They know what they're doing. They're very clear on their path, right? The clarity of this sovereignty of air is unmatched and unparalleled, and the discernment that they have, right? Virgo is also an energy of discernment, or is at least supposed to be. Let's clarify this life giver in reverse. Why is this life giver card in reverse here? You know what? I'm also getting lifeline, a life raft. It's becoming too much. You know, it's becoming too much. It's taking from you more than it's giving to you. Clarify this life giver card in reverse. Why is this Empress card in reverse? I just feel like you could also be taking massive action because you're taking inspired action. Again, look, we have this card, strength. Card number 8, the strength card. Self-control in regards to what you're giving and who you're giving to. And we have this infinity sign again, the Ouroboros with this big moon. And we have the 2 lions kind of like eyeing each other. They're eyeing each other and holding on to that strength, holding on to your conviction. Right? That's what I'm getting here. Having the self-control in regards to who and what you give to. Yes, pile number 3s. I heard that. Look at this. We have alchemy, card number 14. Another card of self-control or of temperance, right? Of just not being swayed to and fro when it comes to the things that you desire, your passions, but alchemizing it, integrating it, knowing when and where and to whom, you know, that is magic in and of itself. And we have the Magi and the alchemy card here. So you have the ability to make magic happen and to be tempered and to be moderate in the things that you do. Okay, clarify this 10 of fire. Why is this 10 of fire here for our pile number 3s? Why is this 10 of fire here for our pile number 3s? Yep. This is about this could be about the people you work with, the people on your team, certain collaborations that you have or that you have kind of like tied yourself to as well, pile number 3s. They might be becoming a little too burdensome to the point where you're like, okay, it's either I'm going to keep going because I could be almost to my destination, or it's like you're doing all the work, but you're seeing everybody else have fun. You're seeing everybody else reap the rewards and the benefits of the hard work and labor you're doing. Because literally look at this person. She's over here like looking like, okay. So you guys just get to play around and do what you want. And I'm over here pulling the brunt of the labor. I'm over here doing the crazy hard work. Interesting. Doesn't seem fair, doesn't seem right, but sure. You know, that's what I'm getting here. And you're just seeing everyone else gallivanting and doing what the hell they want. But you're just here bearing the brunt of the hard work. And we have at the bottom of the deck balance, card number 11, distributing the work, evenly distributing the work. And I feel like that's what your spirit guides really want you to know. You have to be able to discern who is there for the ride, who's there for the free lunch, versus who will be able to share this load with you. You know, who's looking out for your best interest because you're looking out for everyone else's. But because you have done that, and because you have always done that, pile number 3s is what I'm getting here, the wheel is about to turn in your favor. You're about to collect your karma, your dharma for doing that, for being a pillar of light and justice, and you know, for taking up the load where it wasn't even really yours to take. This is beautiful too. This is divine justice being had. This is something being given to you now because you've almost spent your lifetime perpetually giving to others. So now we're gonna pull an Oracle of the Universe card. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck for our pile number 3s. For giving clear, concise, accurate messages. Okay, that was quick. Yeah, card number 3, Gemini Rescue. Some of you all could be Geminis, and you might feel like I'm always coming to the rescue. I'm always coming to the rescue. I'm always the one giving, right? But who's giving to me? Sometimes you have to let people save themselves. And that's what I'm getting here. We have card number 44 with Bright Star, Canopus Guidance. This is sheer guidance for you. And if you adhere to this guidance, you will be rewarded immensely, pile number 3s. Some of you all might have Pisces highly aspected in your chart, or these could be about certain Pisces in your life as well. This could be about certain Pisces in your life as well. It's either you are a Pisces, maybe you have certain Gemini aspects, or these could be about certain Pisces in and around your proximity who work for you, who work with you, something like that. Okay. I do want to read that card, that Gemini energy, because I felt like we had Gemini energy come out a lot, like almost 3 times. So we have the constellation Gemini with rescue, and it says, you cannot save everyone, especially if they do not wish to be saved. Ask permission when giving advice. You have no right to control others. Act out of true compassion, not pity. Keep your own focus. Do not covet what others have. Real rescue in times of crisis is one of the highest deeds of humanity. Very interesting. So really ask yourself, what are my intentions when I'm giving this advice? Do I pity someone? Is this why I'm so willing to come to their rescue? Or is this from a true sense of compassion, right? Okay, so I do want to read this because this is interesting. It says, I was having a deep conversation with some friends about what our triggers have been in getting into relationships with people that we knew were not quite right. Often these relationships would lead to poor outcomes. For me and some of the others, the trigger was pity. It says, I will feel sorry for someone and try to help them business-wise or spend a lot of time with them to solve a personal issue. I'd vouch for them, give them money or a job. Things may give them money or a job. Things may then progress for them, but often they would not all. Oh, sorry. Let me reread this. Things may then progress for them, but often they would not. All the while me knowing this was never quite right, that there was little capability or equality in it. And that's where that balance card is, the equality. That's the whole point of justice, right? Okay, it says, this pity pit has cost me money, time, and pain. I felt if I rescued someone, then it had to be the right thing to do. But sometimes, most times, it was not. Compassion, though, is different to pity. It's a completely different set of energies. And if we cultivate that instead, we see that being rescued isn't the answer to someone's problems. In fact, we may be stopping them from learning a lesson in pattern breaking they need to do for themselves. If I feel pity now, I know it's a big red flag waving in front of my face, and I need to be aware of my actions in a scrupulous way. True rescue, though, the kind where we put our bodies on the line to secure someone's safety, is perhaps one of the highest acts we can perform. Ensuring people or animals are safe and out of harm's way is truly humanity at its highest. The twins Gemini, Polydeuces, and Castor were referred to as Dioscuri or twins, and were amongst other things the patron gods of sailors and safe travel. You know, it's trippy. Look at this. We have Canopus. They're basically sailors. They're on this ship here. This little flag reminds me of a sailor. Some of you all might be seeing 444 a lot too. or the number 333. So it says they would appear at St. Elmo's fire, which is an electrical phenomenon that often occurs up the mast of boats during thunderstorms. This is literally what's going on. That's trippy. That's trippy, pile number 3s. It says this glowing fire of blue light was considered a sign for the sailors that the twins were looking after them and rescuing them. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to continue to read this because I just feel compelled to, and we have some time. The twins finally met their end by doing something not so heroic when they decided to kidnap 2 women, Phoebe and Hilaria. These women were engaged to 2 former Argonauts, also twins, Idas and Lysias. The men caught up with the twins and their fiancés and demanded the women be returned. There was fighting to rescue the women, and Castor was killed by Idas' hands, and Polydeuces killed Lysias. When Idas tried to continue to fight to avenge his brother, Zeus intervened by sending the thunderbolt to save his son. Polydeuces, as the son of Zeus, had immortality and not Castor, so he asked Zeus to share his immortality with his brother. Zeus allowed them every second day as immortals and every other in Hades. He raised them up to the night sky where they remained side by side forever. Okay, and it says words of power. I have no control over others, but can offer my support if needed. I really love this. And I feel like you all have pretty much learned this lesson, pile number 3s, or you'll continue to be tested in regards to that. Because I feel like for a lot of you, you have the compassion or maybe to embody more of the compassionate essence instead of maybe pitying people, because you might pity people instead of having sheer compassion for them. Because, or pile number 3s, ask yourself, would I sacrifice myself for this person? Would I put my life on the line to save this person if it came to that? And if you wouldn't, you don't have compassion for them. You're pitying them. Okay. That's what I'm getting. Maybe that isn't the, surefire truth, but that's what I'm just deriving from the story told here, okay? So yeah, let's conclude your reading, pile number 3s, with the roll of the astro dice. Last messages for our pile number 3 spirit, clear, concise, accurate messages from pile number 3's spirit team. Okay, so we have Virgo, more Virgo energy in Jupiter. Some of you all's Jupiter may be in Virgo, and what that could mean is like that's how you expand yourself, and that's how you get your blessings, right? Through being of service and reverence with integrity to others, and hence this wheel of fortune. And I feel like you guys are very compassionate people. You do have compassion. There are certain people you would risk your life for, or just by a knee-jerk reaction you would do that, right? But I feel like a lot of you alls, this is people you're very intimately tied to, that you're very connected or close with. Now, this could be an intimate partner, but no, because I'm getting the 7th house is about intimate relationships, and we have intimacy. So, you could be close with people who, you would, sacrifice yourself for if the chance presented itself, or if the circumstance presented itself. So I feel like, again, you all have, you guys are very compassionate. Okay. You really are. You're compassionate when it comes to others, but there needs to be some self-control about this compassion and where that compassion is stemming from. And if the term compassion even fits what it is that you're doing with certain people in your life or around you, okay? So yes, pile number 3's beautiful reading. I really hope this reading resonates with you in some way, shape, or form. If it does, please hit that thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe. Share this content with loved ones, family, friends, or anyone who would best benefit from the messages provided here today. If you all are interested in a gorgeous one-of-a-kind tarot journal, look no further. The link to this journal will be in the description box down below. And if you're interested in booking a private reading with me, look no further. The link to my website will be in the description box down below, where you can book that reading. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in your next reading. Bye.